Hi everyone, welcome back to yoga. Namaste. Anyways, today is a Wednesday here at the Sika Senior Activity Center. And we have Jerry, Richard, Paula, Carrie, Anna, and Connie here with us today. So we're going to start with our throat chakra. This is all about, so the indent right here at the base of the throat is our throat chakra. Of course, it's between the front and the back, as usual, between the center, or I say between the front and back, but the center of the body that aligns with the spine. So let me scoot back a little, making sure that we're nice and comfortable, but we have a seat where we can find our hip width distance apart. Our knees are right above our ankles, our toes are pointing forward, and hopefully flat on the ground if we can. We're going to start off with our mudra. So coming to the hands, you're just going to interlace those fingers like you would normally. But then as you start to bring the thumbs here, the thumb crease, you have the index finger and the thumb that you can touch. Then on the other side, you also have the index thumb that can touch. The other fingers are just going to wrap around. And you're going to go ahead and bring that to the base of the throat. Maybe at first, let's go ahead and just lift those elbows for a moment so that we can relax them down. As you relax, try to relax the shoulders back and down. And maybe if the hand is too much here, pull it a little bit down so that you can also tuck the chin just slightly down to feel the length in the back of the neck. You're looking for that nice grounding and the length throughout the spine. Let's start off with just breathing in and out of the nose. Maybe you're starting to find a drishti point here. That's just a point of focus at the horizon for you, or maybe you soften or close the eyes. You're allowing yourself to come to that throat chakra awareness by feeling the breath move through the throat space. And just notice the breath as it moves through the throat space. From here, we're just going to move right into our Sankalpa. I express my truth with clarity and kindness. I express my truth with clarity and kindness. I express my truth with clarity and kindness. And while you're breathing through those words, and while you're feeling into the throat space, allow yourself to ponder the heart connecting to the throat space, bringing kindness, and the third eye connecting to clarity and wisdom, and then connecting to your throat space. Trying to bring both aspects of the two chakras, the one below and the one above the throat. And just allowing that combination. Let's go ahead and open the eyes. You can release the finger and the index and the thumb. We're going to allow the hands to just come forward, palms face forward, and inhale. Let's take it all the way up. Exhale, release. Warrior two arms, pausing there, palms face down. Just look over one side. And bring your head back to neutral. You're going to look over the other side with the breath. And exhale, release down, bringing the head back to neutral. Now I'm going to set back so that we can move into other exercises here. All right, nice and grounded once again. Of course, the hip width distance apart if you can. Maybe some of us need to do shoulder width distance apart. You figure that out. Knees above ankles, toes pointing forward. Take a moment, bring the hands to the knees and just gently rock left and right. So here you're feeling into the glutes. You're allowing left glute, right glute. You might even feel the glute bones that are pressing down into the chair. Let's go ahead and find center here, hanging onto the knee still. We're going to come right back into cat pose. Exhaling, chin into chest. And let's inhale into cow by arching forward, letting the expansion as we pull the elbows in, send the shoulders back, lifting through the heart and the gaze. Let's exhale, take it back to cat, contracting navel to spine. Inhale, hinging forward, arching through the spine, stretching through the neck as well. Exhale, taking it back, chin into chest, navel to spine. Let's do a few more of these. Inhale, extending through. And exhale, compressing. Inhale, finding that expansion breath. And exhale, contracting. Let's just find the last one here. And back to cat. Inhale, take the arms all the way up and over. And exhale, release. So from here, let's go ahead and grab a block or ball. We just want to be able to stabilize our legs as well as activate our inner thighs. That also helps us pull up our pelvic floor. So as soon as you grab something, maybe you decide again how comfortable you want to be on your seat, where that is for stability. Squeezing that block, ball, cushion, pillow, rolled up mat, whatever you have there. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bring one hand down, rest it on the lap, and let's start to hinge over, keeping both feet grounded, both glutes grounded. Let's inhale, bring it up, and the palm faces us as well. Exhale, we're just finding our lateral flexion. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Switching hands, arms, other hand comes to lap, palm comes up, finding that exhale again, lateral flexion, and just finding your flow of breath right now, breathing in and out of the nose. Finding that those feet are nice and stable into the ground. And just allowing your flow. Let's inhale, bring the arms all the way up and over. Exhale, interlace the fingers. This time, you're going to press the back of the head into the palms of the hands. You're going to open up those elbows just as wide as you can. And then try to relax the shoulders down the back. Draw the abs in, and if you feel the rib cage edges pulling out, you're also drawing or stitching those in. Drawing the hip points in towards the navel as well. Let's go ahead and start off with an expansion breath where we pull those elbows back. We lift through the heart space. We lift the gaze. Our abs are nice and tight, protecting the mid and low back. And then exhale, chin into chest, elbows come forward, lending weight to the head. Relax the shoulders again as we're forward. Let's go ahead and inhale, take it back up. Nice deep expansion. And exhale, chin into chest. Find 2 more breaths. Last one. Go ahead and release the hands all the way down. When our hands are down, hopefully we're still withstanding this. I'm going to hold it for a moment so that I can grab a belt. This is only an option because we are taking our hands or arms behind our back. Some of us can either interlace our fingers and start to press knuckles down towards the chair. Some of us maybe just hook the fingers. You could grab wrists, forearms, and elbows. This all happens behind you. Another option is a towel or tie there at home, and you could also grab that. So we're bringing our hands behind us, whether we have that belt. And if we have a belt, maybe we're still pressing those knuckles down towards the chair. So you feel those shoulders roll back. You feel the gentle squeeze of the scapulas moving towards the midline or vertebrae. And then you're going to draw the navel in. Sit nice and tall, pressing down through the soles of the feet. As we have those shoulders rolled back and down, and we have that little bit of contraction there. In fact, it feels like full body contraction because I'm pressing my knuckles down, activating my arms. I'm activating my abs by keeping my navel in as my shoulders roll back. So my shoulders are active and my legs as I press down and hang on to the object between. Let's go ahead and allow an ear to come down towards that shoulder, really feeling into that stretch. Your gaze is forward at the horizon. Let's find a couple more breaths here. Let's bring it gently back up to center, taking your time, and then allowing ear to move to the opposite shoulder. Once again, the shoulders are back and down, squeezing scapulus. You have that full body tension as you press down, navel comes in. We have 2 more deep breaths here. Let's gently come back up to center. While those hands are still there and while we have that tension, draw the chin down into chest. Inhale to neutral. Just gazing forward. Exhale, chin into chest. Inhale, neutral. And this time, exhale, look over the shoulder. As you look over the shoulder, drop the chin down towards the armpit and look down towards the floor, maybe beyond your hip. Let's take a couple of breaths as we look down. Now, after you take a couple of those breaths, continue to see if you can press the chin across or close to the chest, just as close as you can, until you come to center chest. Take it back up to neutral as we inhale. Let's exhale, look over the opposite shoulder. Taking a breath here. And we're going to then dip the chin down by looking downward towards the floor. Take a couple of breaths here. Now from there, we're pressing the chin as best we can down slowly across the chest until we come to center. Inhale, bring it back to neutral. And let's release those hands behind us. I know we've had full body tension here for a good moment, probably a minute or 2. And let's release that object between our legs. All right. From here, I'm actually going to come back to that belt or tie that you might have at home. And I have plenty of belts here. Oh, you guys do have belts. Never mind, I didn't realize everybody had a belt already. So prepared. All right, I'm coming a little bit closer to the edge part of my seat only, and still comfortable and stable. So make sure you're not like falling over or anything, but just a little bit closer because I am gonna open up my legs and give that some leverage. So pick whichever one you're gonna come to, and you're trying to find a little bit of evenness between whatever you have here for your rope, your belt, your tie, your towel, whatever you have at home. I come personally to my knee level, but that's comfortable for me. It may be up higher for some people, and for some it could be lower. Just know that the lower you go, you're gonna get more stretch. So I'm wrapping my hands around that as I hinge forward. Now I'm gonna keep the other leg stable. My knee is bent right now, and I'm lifting that foot. You don't have to lift as high as me, but if you see your elbows coming out and your shoulders coming up, let's go ahead and just roll those shoulders back, pull them in towards your heart space, pull those elbows in. Now let's see if we can lift a little bit higher, maybe start to extend a little bit through the heel. I'm gonna keep a softness in my knee. Don't overextend is all I'm saying, so you can keep the softness in the knee here. We're gonna find one more breath. And just exhale, slowly release it down. I'm gonna completely release out of my hands. We're just gonna take it now to the same side hand. So whichever leg you have there, wrap around the hand. I do again come to that knee level. It's most comfortable for me there. Other hand's gonna come to the leg that's stable. We're gonna start to bring up that foot again. And once again, I have a softness in my knee. And so throughout the practice with this, we're gonna keep that softness in the knee. Roll the shoulders back again, pull those elbows in. And this one, I have my palm face upward so that I can keep my elbow in and extend out, opening up also my shoulder here. Let's exhale and bring it back. We're gonna do 3 more of those. So maybe find an inhale where you expand and extend, and an exhale where you're bringing it back. You can move at your own breath, but we're not looking to be rapid. 1 more. Go ahead and gently release that. Now, remember the first one where I took 2 hands? We're gonna come back and do the same thing. So you're coming back again to the hands, both hands, maybe wrapping around the towel, the tie, the belt, just so you have a good grip. And again, I'm hinging forward, I'm lifting up. Just remember, some of us may be just right here, and this is fine. You can keep it there. We are keeping our soft knee again. I'm pulling my elbows in. Maybe send the shoulders up for a moment while it's at that level space. Roll the shoulders back down, squeeze them in, and let's see if we can lift almost like we're doing a bicep curl with our legs. So palms are upward facing. I have elbows in and I'm pulling up. And remember, my knee is definitely not completely extended. It has a softness in it. So keep that micro bend in the knee here. And then let's gently release back down. Okay, same foot, same leg. Not trying to wear you out here with this, but we're gonna finally switch it to the opposite hand. So the opposing hand, I'm bringing that around. This one's a little bit harder. We are gonna do it for about 4 breaths. So what it is bringing the leg across and slightly above, almost like we're crossing that leg. I'm gonna bring my hand down to the chair here to hang on, to keep the length. And then I'm gonna again bring it up. Now this time my elbow is gonna be out, that's just fine. Still don't bring your shoulder all the way up, try to keep it relaxed as the elbow is out. My knee is soft. Now I'm gonna start pulling that direction towards my elbow. My other leg is nice and stable. So even with a soft knee, I'm starting to feel it here in my iliac, in the tensor fascia latae muscle, the side leg. So continue to pull. We have 1 more breath. And exhale, soften and release. I know this is a lot of arm work, hand work, as well as our legs, as well as breathing here. So take a moment maybe just to draw those shoulders up. Especially, I'm gonna cross my belt real quick because I'm gonna take a moment to draw those shoulders up, maybe even squeeze my fist because our hands are active with this as well. And then let's go ahead and pull back and down and expand through your fingertips. I'm expanding downwards and expanding as wide as I can with my hands. Now while you're here, let's go ahead and flip the palms forward like we would for mountain pose. Let's take a couple of breaths in our mountain pose, extending and bringing that tension through the arms and fingers. And the same tension in the legs, the navel pulled in. We have 1 more breath. And exhale, soften. So as we soften, we have it around the other foot, hopefully. Let's first come to where we wrap both hands. And remember, it could always be lower. It doesn't have to be as high as me. I'm starting to pull those elbows in. I'm starting to hinge back up into that nice sitting position. My knee is going to remain micro bent. Now, right now it's really bent, but let's pull those elbows in, send the shoulders back and down so that we have the right form. And then start to lift up, like doing a bicep curl. So my palms are facing up with those fists and I'm pulling up. My knee is still having a micro bend in it. That's what we want here. We're gonna take a couple more breaths. And let's exhale, soften down. As we soften down, we're gonna take it to the same side hand. You decide where you want that. This time, this hand that's free is coming on that leg. We're gonna keep that micro bend. We're gonna pull it up. Let's again roll the shoulder back, pull the elbow in, palm is face up with my fist, micro bend in that knee, and let's inhale out to the side. And just take 1 extra breath here. And let's exhale, bring it back. We have 3 more. This time it's just on an inhale. And the exhale, we bring it back. Try to keep the elbow in, palm up, inhale out. Exhale, bring it back. Last one, inhale out. And exhale, bring it back. From there, gently release that. And now we're going to take it to the opposing hand. And just remember, it's like crossing the leg, except you're lifting a little bit higher. You could keep a softness in the knee. And then I like to grab the side of the chair, roll my shoulders back. And this one, as you raise up, you could allow the elbow to come up. Just try not to raise the shoulder and elbow up high to the ear. You're keeping it relaxed. It's just raised to the shoulder level. And then start to pull that way, like you want to cross the leg. So here we're going to come to a few more breaths. One more breath here. And exhale, you're going to soften, release. Releasing that all the way down into the side. All right, let's come into wider legs. So all we're going to do is just come to a little bit wider here. I'm going to scoot further back in my chair. It gives me a lot more stability. While we sit nice and tall, I'm still not all the way back to the chair because I want to support myself, and that's what we should be looking for, is to draw in, supporting ourselves and lifting up. From here, let's go ahead and find knee-ankle alignment. And I'm going to look down just to see that my knee points towards my second, third toes approximately. And let's just start off with hands on knees, elbows out with our forward fold type hinges. So hinging from the hips. And you can start off with that exhale. It's a little bit easier to exhale our way down and then inhale our way back up. We'll do this 3 more times. And hopefully you're finding that breath rhythm with the movement and starting to feel this. Let's go ahead and extend through Warrior Two arms. Look over one shoulder. As we extend and look over that shoulder, let's go ahead and start to bring the opposite hand now, palm up, coming to our lap. And as you look over to that side, you're going to keep that Warrior Two, but now let's take the head and move along the horizon and look forward. We are slightly lean to that other side here as we're looking forward at the horizon. From there, you're looking forward, but you're going to release the ear towards the downward shoulder. So now you're really feeling it through the opposite. You're still in that Warrior Two stance here with the other arm. Let's take one more breath. Now let's inhale, bring it back to Warrior Two arms, palms face down. Looking over the opposite shoulder to the other hand, couple of breaths. Now, the hand we're not looking to, palm up, sweep forward, palm up. Allow yourself to start to hinge and lean that direction. Forearm is going to ground you. Your arm might have come up like mine. Come back to that parallel again if you can. And then while you're semi-comfortable, start to bring the head across the horizon so that you're looking straight forward at that horizon level. A little bit lean to the side, but now you're going to relax and rest that ear towards the downward shoulder. Taking a few breaths here. And one more breath. We're going to exhale, start to bring it back up our head. And let's go ahead and come back to that Warrior Two. Switch to the palms facing up. Inhale. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Now we have a couple of options here. Let's go ahead and actually move back to hip width distance apart. I'm going to scoot slightly forward, grounding my feet, finding length here. So we have a couple of options. Some of us may not interlace fingers so well, or that doesn't feel good to us. So some of us may just stack palms downward facing, or stacking one hand over the other hand. I'm going to come to interlacing. You're going to perform the same action. You're starting to relax the shoulders. You're bringing the hands right underneath that chin, almost like resting the chin at the horizon. You might even find a drishti point, which is just a point of focus right forward at that horizon level. And while you keep the chin there, the hands there, go ahead and start to inhale and rise those elbows up. Shoulders are also going to rise. That's totally fine. You're lifting as high as you can at this neutral position. Now as you exhale, we're fogging the mirror, and it's an open mouth exhale, and the elbows come together. So let's go ahead and take one more inhale, and now let's exhale. Then inhale back through the nose, elbows come back up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Go with your breath. We're going to do 4 more. Last one. Go ahead and inhale back to that original position for a moment, and then release that, keeping the head in neutral, palms forward, and then draw the shoulder blades back and down. Squeeze the shoulders in towards the heart. Inhale while the shoulders are into the heart. It's very difficult to bring up those arms because you're pulling shoulders into the heart space. You may not go up very far. I feel like I'm not going up very far. You're going to pause there and take one deep breath. Now you're going to exhale, soften that, release the hands. You're coming right into your forward fold. So relax over the lap. Maybe taking in one more breath. Now on your next inhale, let's try to open up, root to rise, where you start to lift through that flat back, arms coming all the way up and over. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Inhale again. Take it all the way down into forward fold. Exhaling, forward fold. Finding your forward fold. Then inhale, root to rise. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Now from here, let's take it all the way back to our seats. This time I am coming back to the very far end of my chair, to the back where I could feel the back of my chair as well. But here I'm going to make sure I still have those knees hip width distance apart. I'm kind of pulling my feet a little bit forward. I'm trying to find that right angle for knees and ankles here. Let's go ahead and take it down from hands to the hands on the chair. Hinge forward through a flat back. Use those hands, especially that first time, to just pull up off that chair. You're going to keep those hands or fingertips on that chair. You might even notice your toes and balls of the feet could pull up, as most of the weight is going to be in backs of those legs as well as those heels. Let's go ahead and exhale and just release down. Now as we release down, maybe you grab the chair again, and we're just going to inhale through the heels. Exhale, point the toes in plantar flexion. Let's go ahead and move, circumducting the ankles here as we just move our feet in circles, and then moving the opposite direction. And gently release that. Still hanging on to the chair. You can stop hanging on, but now just use it to the sides. Plant the feet, hinge forward, flat back, inhale, lift up. This time, maybe you bring a hand or both hands. Maybe you switch. I'm going hand then hand, and doing it one more time where I'm just kind of playing with my hands moving back and forward. Let's go ahead and exhale and bring it back down. Again, you could grab a hold of the chair, starting off with that dorsiflexion, toes towards your nose, and then plantar flexion as we point those toes. Let's go ahead and do it one more time. Dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. Release the feet all the way down. We're going to hinge forward. You still have a hold of that chair. Hinge forward, flat back. Inhale, lift. So what I was trying to show you before, maybe I did it so fast that second time, you're going to just bring one hand forward to the knee. And let's go ahead and just bring that one hand back. because we're just starting off new here. Other hand forward to the opposite knee as it moves there, and then bring it back. Let's go ahead and sit all the way down. Inhale this time, allow the arms and the legs to rise up, feeling that length and stretch. Now as we find that dorsiflexion and toes towards our nose, let's go ahead and move those arms down. We're gonna bring palms face forward for this one like we would our mountain pose. So my palms are face forward, roll those shoulders back, squeeze the scapulas together, and even try and stretch downward towards the earth plane. Drawing those abs in. We're finding our staff pose and chair just as best as we can. So full body tension here. Let's find one more breath. And exhale, releasing that. All right, let's go ahead and take it to wide legs again. As we take it to wide legs, we're kind of doing similar things here. Knees to ankles, I am scooted all the way back because this time I'm gonna use the chair for leverage. I'm gonna do that 2 times and then I'm gonna use my knees the last 2. So here at the chair, again, it's the same thing. You're hinging forward from the hips. You have a flat back, elbows point out to the side. You're gonna this time press into the chair. Might be a little bit easier here, but you're still feeling it in the backs of the legs. Let's go ahead and raise our toes. So our heels and the balls of the feet are nice and grounded, but we're rising all 10 toes up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath. Let's go ahead and exhale, release those toes. Let's find one more breath. And exhale, soften glutes all the way back down. This time, sweep those hands back behind us. We're gonna do that straddle pose, pointing the toes, plantar flexion. And let's go ahead and circumduct the ankles again by moving the feet in circles. And then move the opposite way again. And releasing down. Okay, second time again. I'm gonna bring hands forward using the arm strength, hinge the elbows out, flatten the back, press into the chair. Now this time, let's see if we can lift just one heel. So one heel lifts up all the way to the ball of the foot. And then on that exhale, you're gonna release that. Let's go ahead and lift the opposite heel all the way up. And again, exhale, release. Now this time, maybe you look to one side, check the knee, and see if you can't bring the knee a little bit closer to the toes. You might hinge a little over to that side, then release that. You're gonna look over to the other side, other knee, and start to hinge and maybe bring that knee a little bit closer to the toe tips. And then bring that back to center. Let's go ahead and sit it down. Hands can come back behind us, lengthen. You're gonna get legs. Let's go ahead and bring it back to hip width distance apart here. And inhale, open up. Let's go ahead and point the toes. Exhale, bring it back to hip width distance apart. And inhale, opening up, releasing the legs back down. Okay, so promise the other 2. You could continue to use that option 1, which is right here using your seat for stability. You know it's there. Option 2 now is taking it to the knees. Elbows are still out. You're still coming with a flat back. Same thing. You're hinging forward and you're pressing into those knees to lift up. Now for option 1 and 2, let's see if we can just turn and look over one side. So if you need to, you can always grab that chair, or you could keep hands on the knees, and you're gonna look over the opposite side. And let's bring it back to center. See if we can lift one heel again. And release that heel. Lift the opposite heel. And release that. If you need to touch the seat to know it's there, go ahead and bring your glutes down. All right, let's go ahead and lengthen. And this time where we point those toes and lengthen those legs, let's bring our arms up. Again, lengthening. And let's dorsiflex the feet. And exhale, softening down. This is our last one. So option 1, option 2, you decide. Hinge forward, flat back, and then you're gonna press your way up. And we're gonna start off this time with the heel lifting. And releasing, trying to take nice deep breaths with this. Allow an inhale, lifting of the heel. And an exhale, releasing. And now you're just going, whether hands are here or here, you're gonna look over one shoulder. You might find a little bit of twist here. And then you're gonna come through center and look over the opposite shoulder. Come back to center. Let's release down. Whew, we made it through all those leg things. Point the toes, dorsiflex, and point again, and come back, and let's release down. All right, from there, I'm gonna scoot just a little more forward because I want one arm to come behind my back as we come into other exercises. So we're gonna come back into that side angle type of pose where you just bring a palm up, forearm down, and this time this hand is gonna come back, maybe to the small of the back, maybe it reaches all the way for the hip. You decide where you can carry that hand. It just simply allows that shoulder to open up a little more for you. You can rest a little bit into this, but let's activate that shoulder by pressing down. And then let's see if we can bring the gaze over the top shoulder. Find a couple of breaths here. Now from there, bring the gaze to neutral, just looking forward. 2 breaths here. Try to find length in the neck, maybe by bringing the chin slightly down towards the chest. From there, you're going to now look downward beyond the knee or at the knee, and we have 2 breaths here. Go ahead and bring the head back to neutral here. We're going to press into that arm and simply just inhale and unwind and lift all the way up. Let's bring our palms forward, press down through the soles of the feet, activate our legs. We're just going to come right into goddess pose. So draw those abs in, hinge like we're in cactus, and palms are forward. Now while we're here and we're drawing those abs in, we have full body tension. Let's see if we can pull those elbows back. See if we can squeeze the scapulas towards the back, really opening up through the chest. And now where we have this openness and stability and complete tension through the body, let's see if we can just lift the chin a little. And while we lift it, now you're not overextending here at the neck, so you just lift it a little bit, but you're gonna pull that chin out, like, like the fun stuff. We'll do that 4 times. So that was once, 3 more times. One more time. And you're gonna release back to neutral. And instead of releasing those arms, we're gonna keep elbow aligned with our shoulder, but palms are gonna face now towards the back wall. From there, relax the shoulders, relax the arms, palms still face that back wall. Let's press towards that back wall. As we press towards the back wall, maybe guide the thumbs a little bit closer to each other. My chair's kind of in the way, so maybe just touch the back of your chair there. And you're not grabbing a hold, you're using arm strength to pull towards that back of the chair. Now let's go ahead and release that. Bring hands back to knees. We're gonna do an inhale forward hinge. So now hands on knees, inhale forward. And exhale, take it back to neutral and up. Inhale forward. And exhale. 2 more. And last one. And bringing it all the way up. Let's go ahead and heel toe back into hip width distance apart. As we heel toe back into hip width distance apart, get nice and stable. Let's take arm, cross it to the lateral side of the other, and the other hand just comes over the top. We're coming into our windmills. The palm is gonna face away from you. I'm gonna look down to the fingers and hands so that I inhale, lift all the way up, stretching, and exhale, bring it down. One more, inhale, take it up, and exhale, bring it down. Now simply switch that. Other hand comes down that you were using to lift up, and the other palm comes over the top. Looking down, let's inhale, bring it up, windmill. And exhale, bringing it down. Last one, inhale. And exhale, bring it down. All right, let's go ahead and come to palms face up. Let's connect index and thumb and just rest left hand palm up, right hand rests on top of that. And maybe those two circles kind of interconnect. Let's relax our shoulders, close our eyes, take 4 deep breaths. Reconnecting to your throat space. Visualize turquoise or a light blue glow here. Noticing the cool air that comes in as you inhale, and the warm, moist air as you exhale. One more breath through the throat, and as you exhale, we're just releasing that mudra, we're releasing that. We're coming into our Shavasana pose. So find a comfortable space for yourself at home. We do Yoga Nidra for Shavasana, so make sure that you're nice and comfortable. All right. So here everybody's getting ready for Shavasana, or more appropriately for Yoga Nidra, which can be in Shavasana pose for those of us that want to do Shavasana, maybe on the bed at home, on the floor at home, on a couch, an easy chair. You can just relax into any space here, or you can find that you are secure, stable, and comfortable. You want to make sure that the body is comfortable enough that you can completely relax and be able to listen to the words that are flowing through. So I like to say maybe facing upward. If you can somehow, allow the palms to face upward. And still finding your last little movement. So even if you found your space, maybe adjust a little bit into the head and neck space. And if you notice that the chin is moving upward or points upward further than your forehead, let's go ahead and try to drop that chin a little bit closer to the neck space, where we allow the chin to be below the level of our forehead. This helps our mind relax and helps lengthen through our neck. And then let's go ahead and feel into the shoulders, maybe allowing the palms to be face upward in a comfortable position, allowing the shoulders to completely relax. So they're not so close to the body and they're not so far away, but in that comfortable position where you can release. And then you're flowing now down through the spine, through the back of the body, really just trying to adjust and find comfort here. And as you move into the low back and pelvis region, this is where the legs matter. So if you have low back issues, or maybe you're painful in the back or achy, you can rise those legs up and over a couch or chair that allows the knees to stack right above your hips, but still relaxes the legs. Another option is knees together and the feet a little bit wide while the knees are bent. If you want to come into full Shavasana, you can widen out through the legs, allowing the soles of the feet to open up, allowing our hips to relax. You could use any options of props under the knees to really relax the low back. Now, whether you're sitting or you're lying down here, you're coming into the breath, allowing the breath to first move through the nose if you can. You feel the breath through the nasal cavity, through the sinuses, the frontal lobe, as it moves back all the way to the throat space. Feeling into the throat space as you relax this breath, as you breathe softly through the nose, inhaling and exhaling. We're going to start off with our 4, 7, 8 breath. This is where we inhale for 4 counts. We hold the breath for 7 counts and exhale for 8. Now don't worry if you can't do this with me or if it's very difficult. All you're looking for is to simply exhale longer than what you're inhaling. That is the main focus. So simply find yourself slowly exhaling longer than your inhale. Let's go ahead and start. Inhaling here. Holding the breath. Exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. Inhale all the way to the top. Go ahead and hold the breath, and this time squeeze like a straw from the base of the spine all the way through the center of the body, bringing that pressure to the crown of the head, squeezing. And when you're ready to exhale, release through the mouth, really letting go. Now allow yourself to come into that natural, neutral breath. Finding your rhythm of breath as you bring your visualization back to the neck space, to the base of the neck. Imagining a blue color that lightens and releases any strained feelings of tension within the throat. This soothing color of turquoise or blue relaxes you, and it relaxes your throat, allowing us to move back to our Sankalpa. I express my truth with clarity and kindness. I express my truth with clarity and kindness. I express my truth with clarity and kindness. And again, taking that moment to find clarity in the mind within our third eye space, wisdom and clarity, as that combines with our heart space of kindness, compassion, and empathy. And we meet in the middle at the throat, where we find our self-expression, our truth, where we can combine the 2 chakras, the one above, the one below, using that in communication, knowing when to speak and when to just sit it out. And now relaxing into that throat space, that blue light. As you bring your awareness to the crown of the head, softening and relaxing. The back of the head, the sides of the head. And coming to that third eye space between the brows. As we find the forehead smoothed and relaxed, we find our facial muscles relaxing, the jaw releasing, and the neck space relaxing. We might feel the air and the motion of this air moving through the space of our throat. Let's bring that blue glow visualization into the throat space, allowing it to expand with the breath, allowing it to soothe the throat, soothing the mind. As we relax both shoulders, releasing through the upper arms, elbows relaxed, both wrists releasing, and a softening through both hands as all 10 fingers relax. Feeling the arms and the hands and the fingers up with that blue light emanating from the throat space and connecting to the throat space. As we again relax now the shoulders, heart, and chest. Relaxing into the scapulas, into the upper back. Again, allowing that blue glow of connection from the throat to expand downward into the chest. Relaxing, releasing, connecting. As we release now through the rib cage, and now maybe through the mid-back, feeling the navel rise and fall with our breaths, feeling this soothing blue glow moving and extending from the throat space downward into the body. As it brings clarity, it brings compassion and healing. As we now move into the mid-back, relaxing into the low back, into the downward facing triangle of the sacrum. Relaxing just below the navel and deep within the pelvis. Feeling the connection of blue light all the way down to the pubis bone, to the tip of the tailbone. Finding connection and soothing clarity throughout the body. A deeper relaxation as we release into the hips, the upper legs, relaxing both knees, releasing through the lower legs, the ankles soft, the feet soothed, relaxing through all 10 toes. Finding that connection of blue light all the way down to the tips of the toes. As it moves back up from the feet, through the legs, through the pelvis region, through our midsection, chest, and all the way back to the throat space. Allowing this blue glow to pulsate with your breath, expanding throughout the body. Allow this to relax and reaffirm the warmth and openness and relaxation throughout the body. And now let's shift our focus back to the throat chakra. This is also called Vishuddha, the center of communication and self-expression. Allowing yourself to clearly focus and visualize the soft blue glowing light in this area. Each inhalation, the blue glows brighter, and each exhalation dissolving tension and blockages. Now, while you're here within the throat space, take a moment to picture yourself in the past at a moment where your voice was strained, where you were in a difficult situation, where maybe you couldn't get your words out, or you were hurtful with those words and over-expressing into pain. Now picture yourself in that moment as we recreate yourself calmly, communicating clearly with confidence in that situation that you previously found challenging, allowing your words to flow effortlessly and your voice resonating with truth and kindness. And as you do this, you imagine the other or others receiving your words with openness and understanding, as you have spoken the way you want to be spoken to, with compassion, clarity, and empathy. And now gradually releasing that visualization, but retain the sense of openness and balance within the throat space. Allow yourself to take a few more breaths, feeling into the effects and sensations. Moving back into our Sankalpa, I express my truth with clarity and kindness. I express my truth with clarity and kindness. I express my truth with clarity and kindness. Allowing those words to resonate within your throat, within your mind, and within your heart. As we slowly take deeper breaths, awakening the body, maybe keeping the eyes shut a little longer, as we wiggle our fingers and toes, as we might squeeze fists, maybe even move our ankles and our wrists. And as we find these little bits of movement, we might also move all the way up into the head and neck, taking these deeper breaths, finding more awareness and movement within the body. And when we're ready, taking that nice stretch overhead, lengthening through the body. And as you exhale, you're wrapping either hands around the legs and knees as you squeeze in, or hands around the shoulders as you squeeze in, and gently rock side to side, allowing yourself a good massage into the back if you can, as you find one side or the other in fetal position. And when you're ready, take that breath, maybe reopen those eyes, And slowly press your way back up, trying to use that arm strength and hands here. Thank you, everybody. Om Shanti Shanti. Yoga Nidra is complete. And thank you, Jerry, Richard, Paula, Carrie, and Anna, and Connie for joining us today, and those that join us online. Take care, have a wonderful weekend, drink plenty of water, and stay safe. And we'll see you next week.